Welcome back, guys. On this video, we are talking about what you're expecting on your favorite series, Soulmates. So, obviously, this is the track where finally Roshni and the fake uncle will be exposed. Don't forget to subscribe because you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. A lot of drama is actually ongoing, and obviously, Sayali and Sachin are the ones that are going to be in charge of exposing the whole truth in front of the whole family. So, let us jump straight into the video of today.
The episode opens with Tejas accusing Sachin of drinking alcohol openly, defaming him in front of others. This accusation quickly turns into a heated argument between the two men. Sayali intervenes and scolds Sachin for getting involved in yet another dispute, even though he insists on his innocence. Amidst this tension, a suspicious couple enters the wedding hall with a hidden agenda. Their sole intention is to steal the expensive gold jewelry worn by the guests. They quietly discuss their plan, deciding to use sharp knives and scissors to cut chains and ornaments without being noticed. At the same time, they remain extremely alert about CCTV cameras and the presence of people around them. Sachin feels deeply hurt and irritated that his own wife doubts him. However, Sayali soon softens the situation with her gentle words and affectionate behavior, gradually calming him down. Sachin is then asked to escort Bhavna to the dais. While Sachin prepares for this, Sayali goes to the bride's room to bring Bhavna. Elsewhere, Roshni notices that her husband Tejas is still busy eating. Instead of stopping him, she encourages him to enjoy the food. Her patience runs thin. However, when Tejas eats her ice cream as well. At that moment, Roshni realizes that for Tejas, nothing seems more important than food and his mother, Renuka. Trying to pacify her, Tejas quickly assures Roshni that he loves her the most and that she holds the highest place in his heart. As the wedding rituals are about to begin, Sachin's father questions him directly about whether he has consumed alcohol. Sachin firmly assures everyone that he has not touched a single drop. Renuka taunts him, saying that because of his past habits, he himself has created such a bad image that nobody trusts him anymore. Paresh struggles to control the growing argument between Renuka and Sachin, attempting to restore peace during the auspicious ceremony. Meanwhile, Sayali reaches the bride's room to escort Bhavna to the dais. Bhavna's friends express their gratitude to Sayali for handling all the arrangements so efficiently. At that moment, the same woman who intends to steal the jewelry enters the room and gets into a minor argument with Sayali. Sayali notices a strange object in the woman's hand and becomes suspicious of her intentions. Once the marriage ceremony begins, Sayali shares her doubts with Sachin. Together, they begin observing everything closely, almost like amateur detectives. Sachin praises Sayali for her sharp observation skills. Later, the suspicious woman secretly breaks the lock of the bride's room and starts stealing jewelry from the drawer. A few moments afterward, Sayali enters the room but fails to notice anything unusual, as the thief has already escaped. Eventually, Bhavna's wedding is completed successfully and everyone appears content and relieved after the rituals. One by one, Paresh, Renuka, Tejas, and Roshni leave for home. Sachin and Sayali, however, remain back at the marriage hall. Sayali continues to feel that something is not right. Wearing black glasses to avoid attention, she finally spots the same suspicious couple attempting to flee the venue. Realizing the truth, Sachin and Sayali catch them red-handed. During the struggle, Sayali gets injured while bravely fighting the thieves. Soon, other people join in and help overpower the criminals. Later, Kishore informs Sultan about how Sachin and Sayali courageously recovered the stolen jewelry from a criminal couple, unaware that Sachin and Sayali themselves are the rightful recipients of the jewelry. Sultan expresses his desire to personally congratulate the brave couple. Soon after, Sachin and Sayali spot Sultan inside the marriage hall and become highly suspicious, sensing that another unexpected twist is about to unfold. Sachin and Sayali being utterly shocked when they unexpectedly spot Sultan at Bhavna's wedding venue. The moment Sachin lays Eyes on him, a flood of memories rushes back. He recalls Sultan as a man who was excessively talkative whenever given the opportunity, someone whose appearance clearly reflected a lack of refinement or exposure to a sophisticated lifestyle. His odd mannerisms and eccentric behavior had always set him apart. Sachin and Sayali immediately realized that Sultan's presence at the wedding is no coincidence. Sultan, on the other hand, understands instantly that he has been recognized and senses that he has been caught red-handed. In front of Kishore and other guests, Sachin and Sayali maintain a facade of respect towards Sultan, ensuring that no suspicion arises. However, once they get a chance, they quietly take Sultan to an isolated corner of the venue. There, they confront him aggressively and pressure him to reveal the truth. Unable to withstand their intimidation, Sultan finally breaks down and confesses everything. He admits that he has never traveled outside his state, let alone abroad. According to him, it was Roshni who forced him to pretend to be her uncle. Sachin sternly warns Sultan that he must repeat the entire truth in front of everyone, including his own parents. The following morning, Sachin and Sayali gather the entire family in the dining hall with the intention of exposing Sultan's deception. Roshni remains clueless about what Sachin is planning and assumes it to be a normal family discussion. Sachin begins narrating a dramatic anecdote, deliberately keeping everyone confused about where the story is headed. Just when the family starts losing patience, Sachin drops the bombshell. He announces that he has finally found Roshni's so-called uncle. When Sultan enters the Deshmukh house, the family reacts with a mix of surprise and excitement. Renuka and Paresh warmly welcome him and respectfully inquire about his arrival from abroad. Renuka even asks him about the legal case he was supposedly handling in Dubai. At the sight of Sultan, Roshni turns visibly pale. Panic sets in, yet she continues to put on an act, pretending that Sultan truly is her uncle. Initially, Sachin reveals that Sultan is actually Bhavna's uncle, deliberately withholding the truth about his connection with Roshni. He then gives Roshni one final opportunity to confess. Nervous and shaken, Roshni instead worsens the situation by repeating her lies. She attempts to speak to Sultan in private, hoping to control the damage, but Sachin firmly insists that the truth be spoken openly in front of Paresh and Renuka. Renuka becomes increasingly disturbed by the hostile and sarcastic behavior of Sachin and Sayali toward both Sultan and Roshni. Slowly, the layers of deception begin to unravel. Sachin exposes the fact that Sultan has never been to Dubai in his entire life and reveals his real identity, adding to the humiliation. Sayali sarcastically announces that Sultan is actually a mutton shop owner. Tejas refuses to hear anything further and reacts defensively, but Renuka senses that something is seriously wrong. Overcome with rage and disappointment, Renuka slaps Roshni without asking a single question, demanding nothing but the truth. She then slaps Sultan as well for repeatedly lying. Trembling with fear, Sultan finally confesses that Roshni manipulated him into posing as her uncle and confirms that he has no familial connection to her whatsoever. Tejas remains completely confused, unable to process the revelation, while Paresh feels deeply betrayed by the extent of the deception that has shaken the family to its core. Episode ends.